I want to share with everyone one thing that I found it's something that really you should think about when it comes to purchasing your home. And one of those things is the biggest regrets that I see when purchasing a home. One of the biggest regrets that I hear from buyers is they purchased a home that is actually too small. Many times what I see clients that will go in, they'll purchase a home and they'll say they're looking at the budget and they're saying, well, I'm going to buy the absolute smallest home possible and I want to save money. And that's not always the best idea. Now, please don't get me wrong. I do not want you to go out and purchase a home that's too big that you cannot pay comfortably. My answer is always going to be, please purchase the biggest home that you can comfortably afford. Biggest home that you can comfortably afford. Why? I'll give you an example. I had one client who purchased a home and they bought a lot less than what they could actually afford. He came back to me 2 years later, said, Joe, don't like the neighborhood. My family's growing. It's now this home is too small and we really should have listened and purchased a bigger home. We have to sell and buy a new home. And that was fine. For me, it worked out great because I have repeat business. And so now they're selling their home and they're buying a new one. However, they lost money on that transaction because you do have realtor fees. You do have all these other fees involved when it comes to purchasing a home. That does take a little while to recuperate depending on the market. So one of the biggest regrets I see is not purchasing the right home. Many times purchasing a home that's too small. So make sure you take this into consideration. Remember my words. Purchase the biggest home that you can comfortably afford and that it fits your family's circumstances. I hope that helps. If you have additional questions, feel free to reach out to me.